Hey guys, good morning. Raven coming back at you for the 2018 Pagan Challenge. It's already October 22nd, so I need to get moving on my stuff. And today I want to talk to you guys about letter R. I'm going to do resolutions for this year. We've got Samhain coming up pretty quickly here in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And for those of you who don't know, Samhain, aka Halloween, is the witches' New Year. So what better time for us as witches to do our New Year's resolutions at Halloween or Samhain? Why not? Instead of waiting for January 1st. This is the first time I'm doing them at Samhain, and I really think it's an appropriate time as witches that you do your New Year's resolutions this time rather than wait for January. And the reason being, I've thought about it, is because this is the dark half of the year. Going into the dark half of the year, we are supposed to kind of look within ourselves and work with ourselves and just get into that quiet place, you know? So for me, it kind of made sense. I've lately on my mind, dropped you, sorry. So lately on my mind, the goddess has been impressing upon me that I need to really get down to business with my work, with my intuition, and working with my energy. It's something that I do not take the time for as a witch. I take time to journal, and I take time to do spells, not as much as I should. I do a lot of reading on witchcraft and all that good stuff. Taking notes and everything, but I don't take the time to meditate, to get into this head and to learn what I think is the most important part of witchcraft is your intuition, and your psychic abilities and your energy. That to me is the biggest part of witchcraft, is how to use your energy, because as witches, that's what we do. We use our energy to make change, to incorporate our energy into our spells, to manipulate other energies and to make those hopefully positive changes that we want in our lives. So it's been impressed upon me that, you know, I really need to take the time to do this. So I think this year my resolution is going to be starting with 5 minutes a day. And it's my biggest problem is I used to try to do this at night when I go to bed, and I just fall asleep. And if I want to grow, I know if I need to grow as in my practice, this is something I really need to do. So that is going to be one of my resolutions this year. Also, I'm going to challenge you to think about something you've always wanted to do. What is it you want to learn, or what is it you want to incorporate into your life? For me, I've always been into astrology, but I would really love to get into astrology. I know the signs, I know what they stand for, I know I can tell you about your sign, and if you're earth, air, fire, water sign, and all that crap. But looking at a chart, somebody's chart, and just talking about it, I want to be able to be fluent in astrology. So that's something I want to do. I have taken classes in the past. I didn't think it was the greatest teacher, and I have this great teacher now, so I want to start taking classes. And I also want to incorporate herbalism. As witches, we work a lot with herbs, and I want to learn more about about herbalism. I bought myself a journal, a beautiful journal from Bear. What's the name of it? Charming. I think it's Charming Bear on Facebook. He's only on Facebook. They sell the most amazing journals ever. And check him out. Their small ones are like $40. The large ones, the mamas, are like $60, and they are probably worth, I'd say, $200. But anyway, so what I'm going to do is I bought a book. It's green. It's got the pentacle on it, and once a month I'm going to learn about an herb. I'm going to write about it in my journal. I'm going to draw a picture or glue one in, and I'm going to take the time that month to immerse myself with that herb so I can really learn that herb, grow it, use it medicinally and magically. What is it good working with? What are the spells to use it for? Medicinally, how would you use it medicinally? Would you use it in a tea or a tincture or a salve, or crush it up, stick it in your food? You can do that with a lot of your herbs. So that's what I want to do this year. So these are my resolutions, and I'm going to take a look at my calendar. What I do every year, what I'm going to do this year is I buy a calendar a little smaller than like book size, a small book, like a 6x9 or something like that, or 9x6, and every month I find the day when I'm going to, obviously at the beginning of the month, probably the first week, do my herbalism stuff. I want to do these private classes for astrologies maybe twice a month, and just write it in my calendar, because if it's not in my calendar, I don't do it. So I'm just going to make the time, which I think a lot of us don't do or need to do. You need to set that time aside for yourself and what you want to do this year, and make that commitment. Because I've talked about wanting to learn about herbs for the past 8 fucking years, and although I know about some of them, I don't know enough, or I'm not where I want to be with it. I want to be that fucking encyclopedia. So when people ask me about what herbs to use, I can snap like this off the top of my head. I mean, I could do it to a point with some of them, your basics, your sage and your rosemary and your lavender and all that crap. Like, I get that. We all know the basics, but I want to get into it. I want to get into those herbs that I don't know enough about. So that's what I'm going to do. And I also want to, since we moved, a lot of you know that I moved, and moving sucks. However, it is great in the fact that you organize your shit. And I was fortunate enough in this new house that I have a loft all my own. It's my witchy room, and I'm going to do a video on it. My new office. It's almost ready because my husband just hung my stuff. I just got to get my brooms up. But I put all my paperwork together. Like, I have all these notes from all these books that I've read. And a lot of times I've doubled and tripled on things that I've written about, and I need to put it all together, either in my book of shadows or in a new notebook where it's nice and neat and where I can find the information I need, because quite frankly, I couldn't tell you where to find the stuff that I've written about, because I literally have a pile of paper. It's ridiculous. So that's another thing I want to do every week, is set aside that time, a few hours, one day a week on one of my days off. I do have 3 days off a week, so I'm very fortunate in that aspect. But you know what? I find, like I said, if I don't write it down and I don't make that specific time for that thing, I won't do it. And it sounds like, oh, big deal. It's only a few hours. Let me ask you, you know, how do you do with your book of shadows? Because I'll tell you what, I bought a book of shadows last year, and I was gung-ho that first month, and I did like, I don't know, 8 to 12 pages, and it's all I've fucking done. And it's sat. So, again, you know, are you like that? Do you need to make time for your book of shadows maybe this year? So, anyway, that's what I'm doing. Those are my resolutions. I am super excited for them because it's all the stuff that I want to do. And I know I will be happy with doing all this and taking the time. So I'm super pumped. And if any of you want to join me and, you know, kind of like be each other's like, you know, cheer squad, like, how are you doing? How are you doing? Did you do it this week? Did you take the time? Blah, blah, blah. I think it's important as witches to stick together and have that camaraderie and that backup that you need. So I am rambling. I'm going to get off the tube now and wish you guys a blessed day. And keep that energy high and keep the negative Nellies away. So, as always, blessed be, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.